Alright guys, welcome back to the Motorsport Manager 2018 McLaren Career Mode, and we're here with the first race of the season, and we're not in that good a shape. We're 13th and 17th on the grid. We don't seem to have the pace. It's not even the top three cars we can't challenge. We seem to be behind the likes of Haas, Renault and Force India on outright pace, so it's going to be very hard for us here to get into the points today. But I've got a feeling we're going to do it. I've decided to go with two totally different strategies. Alonso, going to be starting on the super soft tyres. I've underfueled his car by 2 laps, so hoping it will make him a little bit faster. Albeit it will have to go into fuel management modes. It will be hard to get through the race. Ideally, a safety car would be fantastic for us, but I'm going to go with that. And with Stoffel Van Dorn, I've underfueled his car by 5 laps, which might seem absolutely insane, but it's what I've went with, and I'm going to see if it gets the job done. We're on the medium tyre, so basically just going to go as long as possible into the opening stint, and hopefully we can get a good result. Enough talking about the strategies, let's get into the race, let's implement those strategies and bring home some points. You can see the starting grid, we've got Vettel in first, Hamilton second, Danny Ricciardo third, Valtteri Bottas fourth, Verstappen 5th, Kimi Räikkönen with a poor qualifying session down in 6th. His teammate gets pole and he could only manage 6th, so it's very, the flying fin certainly wasn't flying yesterday in qualifying. He might be flying out the door at Ferrari if he doesn't improve his game. Got Kevin Magnussen and Romain Grosjean locking out the front, the 4th row should I say, for Haas. Nico Hülkenberg 9th, Sergio Perez 10th, the 2 former teammates in the 5th row of the grid. You've got Carlos Sainz in 11th, Esteban Ocon 12th. So both Reynolds and both Force Indias unfortunately above us. Fernando Alonso in 13th, Sergei Sorokin 14th. Got Marcus Ericsson 15th, Pierre Gasly 16th. A lot of these guys starting on the medium tyre compound, which is interesting. You've got Stoffel Van Dorn 17th, Charles Leclerc 18th, and finally on the back row of the grid you have Brendan Hartley in 19th and Lance Stroll 20th. Let's just have one more look here at who's in front of Alonso on the slower compound tyre. So you've got Ocon on the softs, and that's it really. So we could do with a good start for Fernando. Hopefully we can jump Ocon. It's crucial that we do not get stuck behind Sorokin. Here goes. Come on, we need this. We need a good start. It's going to be Alonso in 13th, Van Dorn 17th. We'll put the first half a lap on the slow-mo, and then we'll speed it up from them. But you can see it's a decent start for Fernando, I think. Van Dorn also making a decent start. Looks like he may gain a place on Gasly, which would be fantastic if he can. He's side by side with Gasly as we speak. Räikkönen has made a move up front on Ricciardo. Verstappen's going backwards, so Verstappen not had the greatest start. Fernando currently in 13th. Can he find a way past Ocon, who's on that soft tyre? Van Dorn did make the move on Gasly. Van Dorn up into 16th, so we've made one position so far as we head into turn 1, and that's better than no positions for sure. But we really could do with getting past Ocon here, who's just not going to be having the same sort of pace as us on that slower compound tyre. And we could take him here. Could we go down the inside if Fernando Alonso risks that he might have a move, or will he look to wait till we go round here into turn 6? Fernando Alonso really has to get past Ocon, you feel. Verstappen's had a horrible opening lap, down in 11th place. What has happened to the Red Bull of Verstappen? And now Fernando Alonso, if he stays out wide, he runs the risk of being overtaken here. Both the Toro Rossos have went backwards. They're in 18th and 20th. Toro Rosso not having a good start to this Grand Prix. Neither are their sister team Red Bull. Ricciardo's doing okay. He's still in 3rd place, but Verstappen falling all the way to 11th, and it doesn't look like Fernando Alonso is being able here to get past the car of Ocon, the Force India of Ocon. And Verstappen now has been overtaken. What the hell? Why is Verstappen struggling so badly? I do not get that. We've got Van Dorn trying to go around the outside of Sorokin. Has he made it work? He has. So that's fantastic manoeuvre there for Van Dorn. Van Dorn from 17th up to 14th, and he's looking solid in this race so far. That's what I like to see. Great stuff for Stoffel Van Dorn, and now we'll need to turn the engine mode down. We totally forgot that he is on -5 laps worth of fuel heading into this Grand Prix, and Fernando Alonso's done it. He's put a move on not just Verstappen but also Ocon. Fernando, can he keep the move? He can't. Verstappen gets back in front. But look at that, Van Dorn also in front of Ocon too now as we approach the end of the first lap, and that is fantastic, just what we needed, and I'm happy with that. Right, we'll turn the tyres down. We don't want to push them too much. We did attack on that opening lap. We did a lot of attacking. I think now we can finally just try and hold on to the positions that we're in. 12th and 13th. If he'd offered me this from the get-go, I'd have definitely have took it. To get Van Dorn up 4 places for Van Dorn, and to get Alonso in front of that slower compound tyre that Ocon is having on, then I would have definitely have took that. So we've gained it so far. Happy with it. And we just need to now, I think, turn down the driving style. So we'll put Alonso on neutral. We'll put Van Dorn also on neutral. And we'll see how long these guys can head into the race now. So Vettel still leads. 0. Oh, Raikkonen's made a good start. He's got from 6th all the way up to 3rd. So it's a very good start there for Raikkonen. Looks like Van Dorn, unfortunately, has dropped a place to Ocon, which is unfortunate. Who else have we got here? We've got both Reynolds are doing well now, 6th and 7th. So both Reynolds have got leaked up the grid. It's great news for them. Verstappen managed to get back up to 8th. You've got the Haases have took a bad turn here. They're down to 9th and 11th. Perez in 10th. So yeah, interesting start to the race. And it seems to be Vettel and Hamilton pulling away at the front there, kind of leaving Kimi behind in 3rd place. Will it be Vettel versus Hamilton? We expect that to be a two-way fight for the title. We'll just have to wait and see as things remain. Alonso now beginning to maybe pull ever so slightly in front of Van Dorn. He is on a lot faster tyre, you would expect that. And Ocon has made a move, and Ocon gets himself back up into 13th. Van Dorn, I think, struggling here with the tyre temperatures perhaps. Need to get some heat into the tyres. We've got to push them, yeah. We don't want to go too hard on them, obviously, and burn them out and wreck them, but at the same time we do need heat in the tyres, so it's tricky finding that balance. It's very tricky indeed. I think with Fernando, though, we're doing alright. I think with Fernando, we'll just stick with how he's going at the moment. Van Dorn dragging along here. He's got Stroll behind him. Stroll's a lot closer to me than I would have liked, to be honest. Right, we're going to move up into 12 times the speed now and try and get into this race and see what is likely to happen as we approach the first round of pit stops. It looks like there's going to be absolutely no rain, so it's going to be dry. I don't know if that can change. I'm not sure. I think if it says forecasted dry, then it will be dry, but you never know. We'll keep an eye out for the rain just in case. And Alonso, now we're going to turn up the fuel here. Engine mode, we're going to put on high. And do we push the tyres? Do we try and make something work here? It depends. We maybe want to stay out as long as possible, but we cannot get past Magnussen, so what is the point of pushing when we're stuck behind them anyway? Or do we push and try and make an overtake? It's tricky here. It's hard to decide what to do, it really is. Got Van Dorn now getting away from Stroll in 14th, which is good to see. And now Alonso still stuck at the back, staring at that Magnussen car. Not where we want to be, but unless we can make a move, then that's where we're standing. As things currently stand. Right, I think we're going to turn up the engine here. Going to go in overtake mode and going to go push on the tyres and try and make a move here on Magnussen. And perhaps even Perez. Perez's tyres, though, seem to have took a lot more damage than Alonso's. So I think Alonso here is in a good position. Perez will be pitting sooner rather than later, you believe. And I'm actually surprised Van Dorn is keeping so close to Alonso. Albeit, I guess Alonso's not been able to demonstrate his true pace, being stuck behind the cars in front. It looks like he's going to make a move on Kevin Magnussen, and he does. Fernando Alonso gets himself up into 11th place. Now we're just one position off the points. Things are looking pretty damn good here. Perez's tyres are going off the cliff. I mean, the percentage on them cannot be good at all. The tyre wear, have a quick look, once it catches up on 36%. He will be pitting a lot sooner than us, and that means he's going to be coming out in a lot of traffic. Probably last. Past Perez, so there's a decent gap to Grosjean, so if we could get past Perez, we could attack. But at the moment, it doesn't look like that's happening. Van Dorn just stuck looking at the back of Ocon's car. Not exactly where he wants to be, but we just cannot really make anything happen on that. I'm going to put the engine mode up to high here. See if it changes anything. Fuck it, we'll put it up to attack. We're going to try our best to see if we can get Van Dorn in front of Ocon. But it's currently Alonso who needs to get past the car in front. That car is Perez. Alonso is close to Perez, but just struggling here to make a move. Waiting more for a mistake from Perez. And Alonso now says he needs to go a bit conservative here. He's not getting the same advantages from pushing the tyres. And I believe we will just... Alonso says the engine feels down in power, which is not what you want to hear. You never want to hear that. But I guess we'll put it down to medium. And we'll maybe back off a little bit. If we can't pass Perez, there's no point being right behind him. So I'm happy just to back off a little, and then we'll reevaluate once he pits, which should be soon, by the way. Should be soon, should I say. And Hulkenberg is pitted, so where will Hulkenberg come out? You see Hulkenberg's come out last, and he was a good bit in front of Perez, at least a few seconds. So at the moment, these guys they've not went far enough to clear anybody. So forget about coming out in traffic, they're going to be coming out dead last. Which is not encouraging. We need Fernando to keep pushing. And it looks like Van Dorn's getting frustrated as well. He's just stuck behind Ocon. He can't make a move. And I think we'll bring the tyres down a bit. We may as well just go conservative, screw it, engine mode. We'll put it on low because at the moment we just cannot do anything. I do expect to see Van Dorn probably drop off a bit now, but what's the point of being right up Ocon's ass? It isn't really doing anything at the moment. Hulkenberg's pitted, Sainz has pitted, Magnussen's pitted, Perez has pitted. A lot of people now have pitted. Verstappen now also in the pits. It's interesting to see where he's going to come out. And Verstappen managed to come out 15th, so he did well there. Verstappen must have had a great in-lap or out-lap, I don't know, but Verstappen to come out in 15th has done a pretty good job there. Now Fernando Alonso, he can afford to push, and here we go, we're going to do that. We've got clear air now, 5 seconds to Grosjean in front, and if we push, maybe that means Ocon can also push, so perhaps we can start to put up the engine mode on the car of Van Dorn, and let's see how much further we can get in to this race. We'll have a look at the last lap time. So Vettel's doing a 1:30.9. Vettel and Hamilton the only drivers into the 1:30s. You've got Alonso doing a 1:31.9. Van Dorn doing a 1:33.1. So Alonso 1.2 seconds faster than Van Dorn at the moment. And Alonso now up into 4th, but again there's been pit stops. Raikkonen is now pitted. Grosjean's pitted, and there's been a massive error in the pit stops, I believe, Grosjean. And that is huge, that is very unlucky there, Grosjean coming out last, and the Haas mechanics are fucked up badly. And now Grosjean is fucking nowhere to be seen, down in 20th place, and Haas have fucked that up massively. They were doing so well, they qualified in a great position. Heading into the race, things were looking fantastic for them, but doesn't appear to be the case much longer. We've got Ricciardo in the pits now, Ocon's still staying out, we've got Bottas has stayed out, we've got Alonso stayed out, we've got Vettel, he's pitted, Hamilton pitted, and there must have been a mistake. Was there a mistake with the pits for Hamilton as well? Because Hamilton has come out 16th. Which is kind of shocking. So Vettel managed to pit and beat Alonso out, man. That is not what we were hoping for there. I think Alonso is definitely going to have to pit soon now. Have a look at what was the last lap times like. Alonso did a 1:30.6, so Alonso's actually going well at the moment. Do we come in and change the tyres right now, or do we keep Fernando out? That is the question that we need to be answered. Van Dorn, I think, has got to push, got to try and get Van Dorn further up. Alonso wants to pit for fresh tyres, and we're going to pit Fernando this. I mean, we've left it late, but we are going to pit Fernando here and see where he comes out. He reckons it's going to come out 16th, which is pretty damn shit. 26 laps remaining. We could put on a set of mediums and try and get to the end. I believe that's what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to put a set of mediums on. Screw it. At least the mediums will get us to the end, and we don't really have to worry about tyre wear after that. So wherever we come out, we can just focus on getting places further up the grid. But I think we're going to have to overtake a few cars here. We need a good stop first of all. The tyres are coming off. Looks like it's going to be a 2.2, 2.3, so it's a decent stop. Alonso now exiting the pit lane, and he's came out in 16th. So Fernando here in 16th. Need to try and get his tyre temperatures up straight away. Let's push them for the opening couple of laps. And now we've got Van Dorn still in third, still yet to pit. You've got Ocon to pit as well. Oh my Christ, the engine. Alonso complaining about the engine. We'll just ignore that, we're not going to pit you. I mean, it would just take too much time to fix the engine. If the engine goes, it goes, unfortunately. That's just the way we're going to have to run this race. But yeah, man, as things stand, it's not looking good. What's happened to Ricciardo as well? Ricciardo down in 18th position. Massively disappointing for him. You've got Vettel completely dominating at the moment. Ocon there in second. Van Dorn third. Raikkonen, who's on the super soft, he's already pitted. He's going to have to make 2 stops in this race, no doubt about it. And Van Dorn now approaching the back of the car in front. And I think we're going to go conservative here now on the tyres of Van Dorn. In the engine mode, I think we'll go high. We'll go high in the engine mode with Van Dorn. Van Dorn ran a very long distance into this race. We've got Alonso now making up a few positions. He goes into 13th place. We've got Ocon still to pit, Van Dorn still to pit, Stroll still to pit, Sorokin still to pit, Ericsson and Hartley still to pit. A lot of drivers here still to pit, and then you've got the likes of Grosjean, Perez, Ricciardo, Magnussen, who have just had errors in the pit stops or errors in the strategy. Maybe it was pitting so early that it's caused them to fall so far down the grid. But as things stand, we've got 22 laps remaining. Alonso trying to put a move on Carlos Sainz for 12th place. Again, didn't work there, didn't happen for him. Alonso still remains in 13th position. But we don't want to wreck those tyres too much. We did put on the mediums with, obviously, the intent of going to the end. So it's crucial that we manage to make these tyres work. You've got Ocon is pitted, and now Van Dorn, I believe, is the lead driver not to pit it. Last lap time was a 1:31.2. You've got Vettel completely dominating this race. Hamilton and Bottas, 6th and 7th in Mercedes, they will not be happy with that. Fernando here trying to get past the Toro Rosso, he's done it. Alonso though worried about the engine, we're going to have to turn the engine down unfortunately. I mean, he doesn't want to be in overtake mode, but at the same time you don't want to be stuck behind people, do you? So Van Dorn, let's push these tyres, we're going to attack now. I think we're going to pit Van Dorn this lap. I believe the time is now. We'll just get slower and slower the longer we stay out. I mean, we've made a very good effort here. Van Dorn has been a great opening stint, but I believe you have to come in and pit now. 19 laps remaining. I don't think you're going to be able to go straight onto the super softs. I mean, unless you stay out a bit longer, you could perhaps put them on, or we could come in and put the softs on. I think we're going to have to put the softs on. Unless we stay a few more laps, but the tyres are at 16%. we're going to have to put this off. Sorry, we just cannot risk the super softs. I don't think they'd make it to the end. So here we go. Let's see how this pans out. Hopefully a good stop, and Van Dorn can come out in a decent position and perhaps even fight for points. He was second in this race. Let's see where he comes out on. Where's he going to feed back into the track? He's currently sitting 7th. And where's the rest of the cars? And you can see they all went past, including Alonso. Oh my god, man, most of them went past Van Dorn, who was doing so well. He was in 2nd place. He's kept out now in 17th, which is not good. We've got Fernando Alonso now, overtook Carlos Sainz. He's up into 9th. And now he's getting past Ericsson. So Fernando, they're having a great couple of corners, making 2 moves, up into 8th place, chasing down the next car in front of him, which is Sorokin, who is yet to pit. We've also got Stroll up there, yet to pit. Both Williams going very far in this race. And then Gasly pits from wherever he was, and he's currently coming in last. So Gasly in last, his teammate Hartley in 12th, who's again yet to pit. A lot of these slower cars just seem to have put on the medium tyres and just try to go as long as the tyres will take them. Whether that's a good strategy or not, I'm not too sure. Doesn't appear to be working for them at the moment. You've got Sorokin still in 6th place, but for how much longer? Surely it's only a matter of time before Big Fernando gets the better of him. And Alonso says the tyres are overheating, we will turn them down to neutral. Don't want to make any mistakes now. Points are looking good here, so it's crucial that we do not fuck up. Still chasing down Sorokin, who surely is going to pit this lap. No, he doesn't. Sorokin stays out even longer. So for starting now into the pits, he's going to come out in 12th. And what can Verstappen do from there? He's got 15 laps left. He's on the super soft tyres. You'd expect him to attack now for the rest of the race. And I believe a lot of the cars in front of him may be sitting ducks. We've got Van Dorn in 11th. That will be the first victim for Verstappen, albeit I am 6 seconds up the road. And there's Raikkonen into the pits. He puts a set of super softs on. And he comes out in 10th. So Kimi Raikkonen also going to have a lot of work to do. Just beats Verstappen out. He comes out though right behind Van Dorn. And this is scary, man. We've got a Ferrari with super softs on. We've got a Red Bull with super softs on. They're going to be right behind us, taking away the points from Van Dorn. Can Van Dorn really fight these guys? He's on a softer compound. He's on the soft compound tyre. It's not as fast. It's more worn than Raikkonen's. And Raikkonen there makes easy work of Van Dorn. He gets past him. And now the next driver that's going to be approaching is Verstappen, the man that just set the fastest lap of the race. Things getting bad for worse for Van Dorn. It has been a great drive, no doubt about it. But just how much longer can he keep up? And can he keep him in the points? Look at that, Raikkonen now up into 7th place. Raikkonen is on fire. What about Fernando? What is Fernando doing? The engine may be causing him problems, but he's fighting through it at the moment. He's sitting in 4th place. He's got Ocon behind him in 5th. Ricciardo there, not too far behind in 6th. We've got Raikkonen, as we know, he will be coming through. Only a matter of time before Raikkonen puts a move on. Ricciardo gets past Ocon. And I'm wondering, can Ricciardo go to the end here? His tyres seem slightly more damaged than the people that he pit. Oh no! Alonso has retired. Mechanical issue. And that is not what we... Would that be a safety car? Fucking god damn it. Alonso has retired. He's made it back to the pit, so no safety car, but Jesus Christ, that is not what we needed. Terrible start there to the season. Fernando Alonso with the engine blowing. Not what we needed. Now Van Dorn in 8th is our only chance of getting points here. He's still got Verstappen behind him, which is great. Great drive at the moment for Van Dorn. Can he keep us in the points? Can he keep the points alive? I'm looking at who he could possibly... Magnussen there's on a 2-stopper. Perez is on a 2-stopper. I feel like a lot of the teams behind us have fucked up a little with their strategies, if we're being honest. They've kind of made a mess of that. But we'll be interested to see what happens as we approach the finale here. 10 laps to go. Van Dorn still in 7th place. Vettel in 1st, Bottas, Hamilton on the podium as things stand, Ricciardo 4th, Ocon 5th, Van Dorn 7th, Verstappen 8th. Put the engine mode up to high here, and let's try and pull away from Verstappen. So Verstappen so far, he did well, he's managed to catch us very quickly, but he's not been able to put an overtake on us, so at least that is looking a little bit positive for us. We've got Hülkenberg, whose pace is pretty good at the moment, but whether he's going to be able to get up and catch the points, I don't know. Got Grosjean on the medium tyre, currently sitting in 10th. Be interesting to see what these lap times are looking like. And Lance Stroll at the moment sitting in 9th. I think he's going to be able to make it to the end. Looking like Lance Stroll here could be on for a points finish for Williams, and nobody would have thought that heading into this race. Seven laps to go, still Van Dorn sitting in 7th place. I don't know how he's doing it. It's a fucking amazing drive so far, to be fair, but it's only so far. He still needs to hold on and rescue the points for his team. Whether he can do that or not does remain to be seen, but as things stand, he's picking up 6 points for McLaren, which is great. Fantastic. Van Dorn still holding on against Verstappen, man. I thought Verstappen was going to risk the move there, but he overthought it perhaps and decided against it. And surely if Van Dorn keeps this up, his tyres are going to be going off, man. They cannot keep up this relentless attack much longer. You look at the super softs and they are very worn. They do appear they will be going off the cliff, I believe. But Raikkonen just stuck behind Ocon, can't get him to move past them, and it looks like Raikkonen might just have to settle for 6th. Obviously he could go a lot faster than Ocon, but he just can't get past him to prove it. And Verstappen still right behind us here, refusing to go away. Four laps to go, 3 laps to go even. Time is running out. Hamilton's decided to pit it. Hamilton, what? I don't know, Hamilton maybe just thought he perhaps couldn't get to the end. I believe that might be a massive mistake there. Lewis must have just thought his tyres were deceiving him and he just couldn't make it, and Hamilton therefore has decided he had to pit, and he's came in 6th place. He will not be happy if he finishes there. But Ocon's also pitted, so Ocon did not have the pace. Ocon couldn't manage it, so Ocon there does come out now in 9th place, and Ocon is not going to get that magical 5th place finish that we thought he would. Hamilton now all over at the back of Kimi Raikkonen, and he makes a move, so Hamilton up into 4th. He's going to be trying to chase down Ricciardo soon. Got 2 laps remaining. Hamilton is absolutely flying. Look at that, a 127.2. And Ricciardo's pitted as well, so these guys have just not been able to stay out. They were on the faster tyre, but they've just made a mess of it, really. And Hamilton, all of a sudden, is back up into the podium position, sitting in 3rd, 16.9 seconds behind his teammate. Whether he can catch that or not, I do not know. Final lap, Vettel has just begun it. And it looks like Van Dorn is going to come home in an amazing drive here for McLaren in 5th place. Lance Stroll in 8th, Ocon in 9th. Charles Leclerc looking like he's going to pick up the last points paying position for Sauber in 10th. Both Haas there outside the points, 15th and 19th. It's been a terrible race for them, but it's going to be Sebastian Vettel. He's going to be the man to come home and win this race, and he's done it. Sebastian Vettel even pitted late on. He could afford to. Bottas here does get through. Bottas finishes second. Hamilton will be third. Van Dorn manages to come through in fifth. The Red Bulls just behind him, Ricciardo and Verstappen. Ocon in 8th, Lance Stroll in 9th, and it is Leclerc in 10th. What a race that was. Van Dorn from way down in 17th with the right strategy, right tyres, has managed to somehow take away 10 points here for McLaren. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso, our main man, has retired from the race with an engine problem, and that is not the start to the season he wanted, but definitely, things have changed massively since practice and qualifying. Looked like we didn't have the pace, especially with Van Dorn, and then Van Dorn puts in a great performance and gets his 5th place. Then you've got the likes of Haas, who looked really good, Renault, who looked good, then neither of them score any points. You've got Williams, who looked terrible, and Stroll picks them up with 4 points in 8th. So, a massive turnaround from qualifying. But we'll take it, man. It was a fun race, entertaining race, different strategies. The start was weird. There was people being held up, and it was a fun race all round. And I think we've done fantastic there. Big congratulations to Van Dorn for getting his 5th place. 10 points in the bag, and that gives us a great foundation to start the season. And I just hope we can build from that, and progress and make the car better. And that's it really, man. That's all we can do. Good start to the season. 5th place. 10 points. Fantastic, man. Could have easily been no points, especially when Fernando's engine went. I began to feel the worst, but Van Dorn did well. Those last set of tyres to softs, he got them to last, which a lot of drivers couldn't do. A lot of drivers there planned to do a one-stopper, but they had to pit in the last 5 laps because they couldn't hold on. Van Dorn did manage to hold on, and he's been rewarded with a great prize, and that prize is obviously 10 World Championship points. Just confirmation there, Vettel winning, had to pit two laps before the end. Wasn't really any point, but why risk it when you have such a massive lead? Got both the Mercedes on the podium, Raikkonen in 4th, Van Dorn 5th, Red Bulls 6th and 7th, Ocon 8th, Stroll 9th, and Charles Leclerc in 10th. Both Reynolds just missing out in the points. And you can see they'll be upset with that, man. 11th and 12th. Ericsson there, 13th. Hartley, 14th. Magnussen 15th and Grosjean 19th. Definitely the disappointment of the day has to be the Haas drivers. Both had to do 2 stoppers. Just didn't really work for them. And I think Grosjean had an issue when he first pitted. I think he had a very slow stop, which does not help the guy. See here, fastest pit stop. Does it tell you the slowest pit stop? Pit stop jobs happen simultaneously. Does it tell you the... So this is the fastest, yep. Did it tell you the slowest? So is this all the pit stops that were made today? Yeah, so you see there was some really slow pit stops, and they included Lewis Hamilton. That's probably what put him out of contention for the win. Romain Grosjean, who had to wait 21 seconds. If you just look at the pit stop times of the Haas, look at that. Almost 5 seconds with these 3, and then a Grosjean was 22 seconds. Perez, that explains why he was so far down the grid there. His second took 19. Daniel Ricciardo, that fucked up his lap. Ferrari there had a bad pit stop with Vettel, but they could afford it. He was that far up in front. But yeah, man, it looks like pit stops, definitely. Maybe it's the first race of the season. The mechanics still having to try to get used to it, making mistakes. Still maybe, I don't know. Ocon had good stops, so look at that. He was in the 3rd and 4th quickest stops of the day, which is good for him. We only made 2 stops and we were the 5th and 6th fastest, so again, I'm happy with that. Very happy with that, actually. I think Stoffel Van Dorn can go and buy our mechanics a drink, because those pit stops were very good today, and they definitely contributed in us finishing as high as we did. But we know that these teams around us won't be making mistakes. They won't be making these errors in the pit stops forever, so we need to improve the car. and we need to get faster and outright pace, because at the moment we just don't have that. And if we don't have that, then we are going to struggle throughout the rest of the season, and we will get caught. So there you can see the constructors. We leave Australia 4th in the championship. We've got Ferrari on 37 points, Mercedes 33, Red Bull 14, McLaren 10, Force India 4, Williams 2, Sauber 1. And who would have thought that? Renault and Haas leaving Australia after the practice and qualifying sessions. The performance that they were shown was pretty damn good. So for them both to leave with 0 points is a massive disappointment for their teams and their drivers. But like I said, early days in the championship, it is only round 1. Madison Folks said maybe Fernando Alonso should consider delivering pizza as a career move. If he was that slow, would you want him delivering your pizza? Because you'd never get it and it'd be fucking cold by the time it arrived, you fucking grey-haired cunt. Fuck off, Madison Folks, trying to bash Big Fernando. It wasn't his fault. What the engine failure? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, guys, there you go. That's going to do it for this episode 2 of the Motorsport Manager Career Mode. What a fun race it was, and we picked up 10 points with a 5th place to boot. So happy with that. Hopefully you join us back for the next episode, which will be the Dubai practice and qualifying session. And like I said, this championship will not be getting restarted. We've got it on the highest difficulty. This is where the real men belong, and I want to be a real man, and I want to win a real world championship. So hopefully I can do it here with McLaren on the highest difficulty. And that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. But until next time, peace.